Okay, good afternoon, class. So at this point, we're looking at area, perimeter, and volume. We have extensively done the study on area and perimeter, not so on the different shapes. With that information will now help us to calculate the volume of the prism. Okay, of the shapes. So we're particularly looking at volume. Okay. You guys understand? This is on page. So the textbook it's on page 179. No, 180. 18. Yes. These examples on page 180. Okay. So as we said, we're looking particularly at volume. The volume and total surface area. This you guys have made your notes already. So the volume of a prism. A prism is basically the shapes that we're looking at now. Okay, you'll see these different prisms. There's a rectangular prism, there's a square, a cube, a cylinder, and those things. Okay. So the area of a prism is going to be area of base times height. Okay. Now these prisms or these shapes that we are doing at this point is that the base of that shape will be the same as the top of that shape. Okay, you'll see now when we do this calculation. For these calculations, it has to be what they call a right prism, which means to say the base and the height is the base and the top is the same. Okay. If the base and the top is not the same, this formula doesn't apply. Okay, but you'll see the change in grade 11. Okay, so the total external area is equal to perimeter of base times height plus total area of base. So if we take a shape for argument's sake, let's take this a tissue box. This would be a rectangular prism. Not so. Can you see here? The base and the top is the same. Can you all see that?
Yes.
So this is what we call a right prism. Or a prism. Okay. So if they want to work out the volume of this piece, what they say is area of base, which is this whole thing here, times the height. That will say how much can actually fit into this prism. Can you see that? Whereas if they ask you to work out the total surface area, they're talking about this 6 faces here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 faces. Not so. So to calculate the perimeter, you can either calculate all the 6 pieces and add them all together, or you work out the area of these 2 faces, or this face is multiplied by 2, that face multiplied by 2, and this face multiplied by 2. And then add those lengths together. Okay, or that areas together. Or we're going to go into what we say the total surface area is the perimeter of this base. Can you see here? Perimeter of base times the height. So if we work out the perimeter of the base times height, I'm considering these 4 faces. Can you see that? Perimeter of base times height will give you those 4 faces. Okay? Plus 2 area of base y. So the top and the bottom is the same. You guys understand? So the volume will always be area of base times height, and the perimeter will be, total surface area will be perimeter of base times height plus 2 areas. You guys understand? The volume again, area of base times height, total surface area, perimeter of base times height plus 2 area of base. Wait. I'm here, but reading here. Can you see? Now we're looking. Yes, you see here it talks about the sides, and there's the top and the bottom, as I indicated. Okay. The next shape, of course, is a cylinder. Okay. Let's use a cylinder. Anybody have cylinders here? Can, that's it. Okay. So there should be one in the bin. Let's see. Yes, a glass. A glass would be a very good example of it. Okay. Well, there's a glass. And I don't want to touch it in to say because my nose is running, so I don't want to get into contact with her. She gets sick. No? So if you, now you're assuming that this glass is close. No? So it can be a cylinder. So if you're looking at in the first case, if you're going to look at the volume, how do you calculate the volume? Area of base times height. So whatever shape is this base, circular base times height. So area of base times height for the volume. You'll be looking at the total surface area, it's perimeter of base, which is this on the outside, times height will give you the total surface area of the body part basically. Plus twice area of base, so you consider the top and the bottom. If this was closed, not so. But if it's open, then how many bases do you have? You will only have one base. Okay, but we'll look at examples of that towards the once we have dealt with this extensively already. Okay, so just looking at here at the perimeter, the prism, the volume is equal to area of base. How do you calculate the area of base of a circle? Pi squared times height. Can you see that? While the total surface area is perimeter of that base times height plus 2 area of base. Okay. This is a right prism here as well, and this is your rectangular base. That's the first shape I use. Not so. And how do you calculate the volume of the object? Area of base times height. Right? Area of base times height. So what type of shape is this base? Rectangular base. Not so. So that's why they got length times breadth. Can you see that? Times height. For the total surface area is perimeter of base. That's base again. So it's 2L plus 2B. That's the perimeter of a rectangle. Not so? Yes. Times height plus 2 area of base, which is length times breadth. Okay? All okay with that? Okay, then the next one is a cube. The square base. It's going to be side times side. This is the area of the base times height, which is another side. Or you can just say side cube. Not so? For the total surface area, it's going to be the area of the base, and perimeter of the base. And how do you calculate the perimeter of a square? Side plus side plus side plus side, which is the same as 4 sides. Not so? So that is going to be your base, the perimeter of the base, no? Times the height, and what's the height? Another side, which is the same length. Plus 2 area of base, so it's 2 side times side. Okay? We'll look at that again, as I said in the example. This is a triangular prism. Base is a triangle. How do you calculate the volume of a prism? It's half a base times height. It's half base times height for the area of the triangle. No? Sorry, man, I made a mistake. The volume is going to be area of base times height. What type of shape is this base? Triangle, triangular base. How do you calculate the area of a triangle? Of base times perpendicular height. That is for the base of the triangle. Can you see that? Times the height of the object. That will give you the volume. How much can actually fit inside? Not so. The last one, total surface area, is the perimeter of that base. You must add up all 3 sides. Not so. Times height. So the perimeter of the triangle times height plus 2. Twice area of base. How do you calculate the area of a triangle? Half base times height. Times 2, so that cancels. So it will just give you that. Okay. Now importantly, I don't memorize the formulas. Okay, if you want, you can memorize the formulas as it is. So if you get a triangular base, right prism, then you write that formula. However, it's simple just to do it, to derive the formula as you're working. Okay. Otherwise, then it's a few formulas you must learn. But if you can construct the formula yourself, that's going to be better for you. Why? Because you know the area of a circle, you know the area of a square, you know how to calculate the area of the different shapes. Once you can do that, You can construct your formula all the time. You guys understand? And not always does the shape stay so basic. You understand? It changes. So your formula changes anyway. So what I do is I don't memorize the formula, I just construct the formula all the time. Make sense?
Yes.
Right. So now we're on page 181. On page 181. Determine the volume and the total surface area of each of the following figures. So I'm just going to do these two, and I'm going to give you a homework on these two. Okay. You see, how many examples do I have? Yeah, 3. I'll do all 3. I'll give you some homework on it. Okay. So the first example is this is in your textbooks on page 181. You don't have to write this down. Okay. So I'm going to go a bit fast through it, but make sure you understand what it is. Okay, you can just write your reference. This is the examples on page 180. If you want, you can write it down at home, okay? When I'm finished explaining. Okay? But I want to record me by the time the values, okay? So the first shape. So this is a triangular prism, rectangular prism. Not so. So the question is to determine the volume and the total surface area. So how do you calculate the volume of the right prism? We say area of base times height. Not so. So what type of shape is this base? You see the base is normally shaded like. So what type of shape is that base? It's a rectangular base. Michael, don't move stuff around now. Look here what's happening. So we said area of base. The base is normally shaded. There's your base. Okay? What type of shape is this base? Rectangular base. How do you calculate the area of a rectangle?
Length times breadth.
So you say length times breadth times height of the object. Do you see that, people? So that is simply going to be 8 times 5 times 6. Work that out. 240 centimeters cubed. Why cubed? Because it is now 3-dimensional. It has a length, the breadth and height. Okay? Area is whose length and breadth is 2-dimensional. Perimeter, just the length on the outside. No? So it's 1-dimensional. That's why there's centimeters, centimeters squared, and centimeters cubed. You don't understand?
Yes.
Just look at the total surface area. Total surface. How do you calculate the total surface area? The perimeter of base times height plus 2 area of base. Okay. The perimeter of this base, in other words, this is a square base, not so. This is a rectangular base. How do you calculate the perimeter of a rectangle? 2L plus 2B times height plus twice area of base. What type of base is this shape? Rectangular base. How do you calculate the area of a rectangle? So it's 2 length times breadth. You guys understand? So what is my length here? My length is 8 plus 2 times 5 times height plus 2 times my length 8 times. So that's simply going to give us 16 26 times, we can put in the calculator, not so. Open the brackets. 2 times 8 plus 2 times 5. Close brackets times 6 plus 2 times 8 times 5. 236 centimeters squared. We said for total surface area is the same as the area. Okay? When I spoke about this, yes, spoke about the faces. This is the area of this plus the area of that plus the area of this plus the area of that plus the bottom and plus the top. She's talking about areas, the total surface area. You guys understand? So must it be square or cube? Square. When is it cube? When you're talking about 3 dimensions. Okay, which is volume. You guys understand? Let's look at the second shape. Okay, the second shape. What type of shape is this? A cylinder. Okay. Again, to work out the volume, how do you work out the volume? Area of base times. You have to write that all the time? No. Okay. As I'm doing, I'm just constructing it all the time. So what type of shape is this base? Circular base. Not so? How do you calculate the area of the circle? 5 square. Can you see that, people? Times? Okay. So it's going to be 5. What's the radius of that circle? 5. So it's 5 square times height of? That's 25 times 8 is 200 pi. Okay. So it's 200 pi. It's going to give you 628. 32. 32 centimeters cube. Is there anybody that's confused? Who doesn't understand? Who understands? You all understand, yeah? Perimeter for volume is area of base times height. The area of the circle is going to be pi squared times height, which is basically the depth of the object. Okay. Let's look at the total surface area. How do you calculate the total surface area? Perimeter of base times height plus 2 area of base. That height is the same. Don't worry about it. How do you calculate what type of shape is the base? Circular base. How do you calculate the perimeter of a circle? 2 pi r. Remember, for a circle, the area is going to be, make a note there, pi squared. Circumference over the perimeter is going to be 2 pi. The formulas are not given in the exam, so you need to memorize them. Yes, Michael? What don't you understand? Sorry? The calculator. And the calculator. How I put it into the calculator? How do I calculate? You understand this? Huh? You understand? You understand how to get the area of the circle? You understand this? Then your problem is not this. Your problem is to determine the area and the volume and the area and perimeter of the shapes. Okay, I'm going to give you some extra homework. Then I will check it on Wednesday, dealing with area and perimeter. Because the only thing that we are that I've introduced now is this here. That's all. But the area of a circle, you know. The area of a rectangle, you know. Oh, you were absent. Did you watch the videos? Now, whose fault is that? Huh? Yes? Why do you keep your stuff in for a maths period? Okay. Okay, go. Okay. So, the perimeter of the total surface area will always be the perimeter of the base times height plus twice the area of base. That's for a regular prism with a closed top now, of course. No? So the perimeter of the base is the base is a circular base. How do you calculate the perimeter of a circle? 2 pi r times the height of the object plus 2. How do you calculate the area of a circle? Pi r squared. Can you see that, people? So what is your radius of the circle? 5. So it's 5 times 8 plus 2 pi times 5 squared. Again, you can punch this straight in the calculator, so that's going to be 80 pi plus this 25 is 50 pi, which is 130 pi. So it's going to be 130 pi. It's going to give you 408. 408 comma 41. 41 what? Centimeters. Do you guys understand? Shape 4 we'll do on Monday, on Wednesday, sorry, no? So only get you some basic exposure on the stuff, okay? So when we do this on Wednesday, you guys can, you are already familiar with these shapes, okay? And the last one for the day, we are told that to determine the volume and surface area. The volume is equal to area of base. What type of shape is this base? Triangular base. How do you calculate the area of a triangle? R base times perpendicular. You see, I'm going to put that perpendicular sign times, and I should actually make it rather capital H from now. When it talks about the height of the object, let's make it capital H. Okay? I don't want you to get confused, man. You understand?
Yes.
So this is the area of a rectangle. So if you look at this rectangle, the one is your base, and that is your height. Not so? Yes, Michael? Yes, where do you think you're going to go out now? So, people, do we have the base? Put your hands down. Lower, hands. President, your hands. Drop your hands. Now, the giant. Need a tissue? Right? People, do we have our perpendicular height of that triangle? 3. But do we have our base then? No, we don't have this. So how do you think we're going to work out AC? Pythagoras. So we say, so set the theorem of Pythagoras up. It's going to be 5 squared is equal to 3 squared plus AC squared. And that's your theorem of Pythagoras. Let me just change the color. You know that this is done separately. So 5 squared is equal to 3 squared plus AC squared. The reason is Pythagoras with BAC equals 90. So what is 5 squared?
25.
Minus
9.
9 is equal to? So AC squared is going to be? 16. The square root of 16 is? 4. 4 centimeters. Okay. So if you don't understand the black here, that doesn't mean you don't understand the work that was done for today. Then you don't understand, but take it. You understand? That's how it works. Yeah? All these topics are interlinked somehow or other. Okay. People, do we have enough information now to calculate the volume of the sphere?
Yes.
So the volume is equal to, it's half. What's my base? 3. My perpendicular height? 4 times the depth of the object, which is? Okay. That's going to give us 3 times 4 is 12, 6 is 36 centimeters cubed. Yes, I made a mistake. When you guys make a mistake, I don't think I've seen. Do I? Yes, because I always think the bed stop you guys. That is why. Sorry? Last time? Oh, yes, I had to make sure because I don't know, maybe there's something wrong with you. Alright. People, for the total surface area. How do you calculate the total surface area? Perimeter of base times height plus of base. So how do you calculate the perimeter here? We add it all up.
And a multi conjugate, can you please report?
And the perimeter of triangle times height plus 2 area of base is half base times height. That cancels, not so. How do you calculate the perimeter of a triangle? 3 plus 4 plus 5 times the height, which is?
6.
Plus the halves and the 2 cancel. Your base, which is 3 times your height, which is 4. 3 plus 4 is 7 plus 5 is 12 times 6 plus 3 times 4, which is 12. Give me an answer of 84. 84? Will you guys understand? For homework, I would like you guys to do out of exercise 2, number 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3. You see, it's the basic shapes that we just did.
Yes, sir.
People, enjoy the weekend. Mari, I must give you homework, the extra homework. Enjoy the weekend. 1.1, 1.2, 1.3.